Welcome, one and all. This is the Peace Dealer, and welcome to another weekly astrology horoscope. This is the Peace Dealer, and I hope you enjoyed this recent new moon that we just experienced. One thing I'll say moving forward is with all this Scorpio energy that's transitioning, um, you really want to do everything in your power to believe in that very misunderstood part of yourself, and not even just the misunderstood part of yourself. The whole purpose of this Scorpio season was to make you very aware of this deep, rare, and sacred part of yourself. You set the intention over the last 2 days to really establish a deeper relationship and connection with the person you are deep inside. So you have a decision to make. You have a decision to make today. And the decision that you have to make now, and really with this new moon that is in Sagittarius, or the moon that's in Sagittarius, is are you are you going to stand up for that part of yourself that maybe no one else understands and people may just not get? And I don't mean in a really like social way. I mean like certain intuitions you have, certain facets of yourself that no one else may get. That's the thing about Scorpio. It's deep in the underworld, unconscious processes and vibrations that only the rare few recognize. All right. You have a decision. Are you going to really stand up for this part of yourself? Or are you going to join the people who misunderstand who you are? Because tomorrow you're going to have the opportunity to take action off this decision, where you're going to be really having to take an action based off of that part of yourself or suppress it. There's depths of your wisdom that's coming to light that you can't really dismiss, even if it doesn't make logical sense, because a whole lot of this energy is changing. But regardless, um, over this week, the reason why I called this amazing Ascension activation is because there's an activating energy that this lunar phase of the moon will incorporate and trigger while the moon makes its way to the first quarter square in Pisces. In lunar phases, activations, or rather waning phases, I think it's a waxing phase, my apologies, but the phase that really, goes in between the new moon and the first quarter square, where we start to reevaluate what has been activated. It's an activation of the transit, where you start to come into the initial lessons of what the season's going to bring. And this is where, over the next 2 weeks up to the full moon, you put in a lot of work, or you really develop the themes of this lesson. Since we're stepping into Sagittarius, this is really all about coming into the meaning of what it is you've been experiencing over this Saturn and Sagittarius transit. And secrets get revealed in Scorpio season and this transit, but there's a greater meaning and understanding well, that will lead to understanding with what comes to light, especially now that the moon is in Sagittarius. This is going to mark the beginning of everything rapidly shifting, so much so that certain feelings, this is the purpose of Scorpio and Pisces. Scorpio is the knowledge of feelings, and Pisces is the awareness of feelings that have yet to come. That's why Pisces is so intuitive, because Aquarius represents the future and Sagittarius is the sight that gives you visions from the future. So Pisces is actually the experience of the future. When you have a lot of Pisces energy, the reason why they're so psychic is because they feel what's about to happen. It's even more complex than that. Whereas Cancer energy is going to be a more real time, in the moment feeling. But of course, they can also tap into that Pisces energy too. So the Scorpio energy has really dug you into the truth. The feelings that you've been feeling about your life are not necessarily what you've been seeing. And this is the whole part of this activation. What you're activating is the true meaning of what you're going through. So you're seeing what's on the inside. And a lot of you have been, if not all of us, have been really conflicted because we're feeling deeply on the inside things that your subconscious has literally rewired to believe, but you weren't really seeing it on the surface. You know what I'm saying? But we have just started a new cycle. So there has been 6 years worth of building those inner feelings. And we're now stepping through the doorway of your visions, your intuitions, and everything finally starting to happen. 6 years ago, I barely even started. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to Chickpea83. I barely even started. What was 6 years ago? 2011. I barely even started my first YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But I've always had the vision of being successful. In fact, 6 years ago, I didn't even know what the hell I wanted. It wasn't until like 4 years ago. But you see how like this 6 year process has led to now, to where now I'm literally ready to take this to the next level. But 6 years ago, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I had just started to actually feel these energies. 2012, I thought I was going crazy. I started exploring soulmate connections and my delusions that got in the way of seeing these realistically, as well as just other ambitions and motives as far as what I wanted. And now I finally got into a place where I know who the right people in my life are. I know who I could trust. I know what I'm ready to do. I'm not the only one like this. Everyone to a degree 6 years ago from that till now has reached that certain level in their life too. Some people are even more advanced than where we're at. Others, it's not that they're catching up. They purposefully waited. All right, they're taking longer because they have more to do. But regardless, you know, um, when I say amazing ascension activation, it really does mean a whole lot of what. When I say your manifestations are going to come true, I don't really mean like you're just making a wish. There's some deep desires that you've been desiring for years, and this is all coming in. And any blocks to such as you still closing your heart, because in order to appreciate and achieve this ascension, you have to open up the belief that you're walking into it, and that those first 6 years you might have made yourself believe that you're not worthy of success, or like you can't get what you want, or you can't really. It's not even about getting what you want. I don't even get the sense that you guys are out here crazily trying to manifest. There's a deep feeling inside that you're trying to understand. And the reason why this is rooted in feelings is Pisces, Neptune and Pisces, and Pluto and Capricorn, deeply having you feel a psychic energy in your body. And when Uranus goes into Taurus, this is really going to amplify and electrify how brilliantly we can, apply this understanding. However, it's important to understand that now that we're in this new cycle, a lot that you've been desiring and constantly like wanting to understand, you're entering the first wave of understanding. Over the next 6 years, it's going to get more intense as this all comes in, but regardless, it's still very, very profound, and it's still very, very magical, because there's going to be like 2 years worth of shifts that you're going to get hit with over the next 6 weeks. And I say over 2 years worth of shifts because Saturn, imagine Saturn going to Sagittarius was supposed to give you that relationship, was supposed to give you that job, was supposed to give you that car that you wanted. And I hate to get material, but Saturn was like, nope, I'm going to wait until the end of the transit. All right. And now this is where like you just get instead of just when Saturn's in Capricorn, it's going to time what it gives. But Saturn and Sagittarius was like, nope, I'm going to wait till the very end. And then, and that's to test your focus and your motive to see if you can handle all of that at once, because this is going to move into Capricorn where you know what I'm saying? So this is an internal feeling that you've been developing in the sense of you working on your attitude, your identity, your feelings over the past 6 years, over the even this past 6 months, this new cycle. Okay. So really also keep in mind that what you've been feeling inside, which is the shift of Scorpio into Sagittarius, is now ready to come to light. And this is where you wanna really see where Libra is in your zodiac chart. All right. Libra is not only squaring Pluto and Capricorn, but it's also opposing Uranus and Aries. And a lot of you might be wondering, where is this all? Where is this all? The glory about Pluto and Capricorn and Neptune and Pisces is you really just have to foster and focus this energy. The reason why this is weird for people to understand is we're so used to going out and having to get things. A lot of you, the number one thing that is confusing people, especially you cardinal signs, is what do I do? 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 What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And you're not supposed to do a goddamn thing. There's literally nothing you're supposed to do, to the point where everything you're trying to do about it is self-sabotaging you. Because Neptune is in Pisces, and people are, I hate to admit it, because we're stepping into Sagittarius season where you literally can't. Like, people are so afraid to embrace Neptune. People are so afraid to embrace Neptune and Pisces, and people are so afraid to admit that their imagination is a real magical influence. Everything, Neptune and Pisces literally means every single thing that you're trying to intend is going to come to you. Everything, everything, every single thing that you're doing to try and manifest it yourself is literally denying the influence of the universe, and you're now thinking you have to take it in your own hands. That's why you're trying to talk to that person instead of letting things just be. That's why you're trying to manipulate situations into your favor instead of just letting things be. Although any of you letting things be can confirm for me, write it in the live chat, if any of you have literally just let things be to the universe, everything has come to you. I'm going to go back 6 years ago. I can account everything that I tried to forcefully make happen into my life. Like, it literally didn't work. And a lot of it is because my Mars is in Aries and it squares my Cap energy. But every single thing that I needed, every single thing that I needed literally came to me. Even down to like wanting to work somewhere. For example, even down to wanting to work somewhere, And I tried to personally do it and it didn't work. And then later, somebody actually came to me and not only got me to work there, but also got me an interview with this person. So it really just made me laugh. Like I get into my own way because I feel like my ego has to control things. But this is not just personal. This is, thank you, Grim Reaper. This is very, very, very much so generational. Pluto in Capricorn is slowly dissolving with Neptune and destroying that need to control. It's a deeply subconscious energy that we have been trained to, want in a society where everything is so fast paced and we need immediate gratification. So as you're slowly developing self control and it may be killing parts of you, it's still a gradual process. So this is really your opportunity to really, you know what I'm saying, ground your energy, and your vibration is going to attract your tribe and everything that you want. All right. And I hate to really get all charismatic and say, do you believe that what you want is coming to you? Because then it just kind of makes it seem like you're believing just to make things for yourself. This is a new trend of thinking and belief that we're heading into this new age. So that's why this shift is forcing you to use your highest conscious faculties. Thus, this amazing ascension activation where you're going to see with your eyes the full meaning of what you've been feeling inside for years. It's all not only just coming together, but you're finally stepping into a new phase. All right. So it's so amazing because you work so hard to get here. And once again, Scorpio, the sun's only going to be in Scorpio for 3 more days. Today, you're deciding, are you going to believe in your super psychic self? Neptune in Pisces and Uranus in Aries wants you to believe in your super psychic self. Saturn still wants you to maintain integrity and balance that part of yourself with the real world, which is going to take some time. But Neptune in Pisces and Uranus in Aries wants you to believe in your super psychic self. Uranus in Aries is literally squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So you can't fake the funk. And when you be authentically you, guess what? It's going to come across weird. It's going to come across really weird because this is a being that you are barely polishing. Once Uranus is like in Gemini in a couple decades, or you know what I'm saying? I think a couple decades or a decade or so, this is when this eccentric being will now tailor the right attitude needed generationally. But you have to embrace being so unapologetically yourself that you do not care if it even comes across as delusional. We're not saying that you have to be delusional, because you have to respect Saturn and come to terms with everything that is not really real, but understand that no matter how much you try and manipulate energy to make yourself appear a certain way to people who don't really truly even care about you, but just like know you on a surface level, your willingness to actually embrace the imagination that's developing, you're literally getting like an upgrade to the way you imagine. Your imagination that's developing and upgrading is linking with your psychic ability so that you can be in an even greater position to achieve greatness in easier ways. We're in a generation where you need to work smart, not work hard, right? Well, you could work hard, but you better be working smarter than you work hard. And you want to have that nice balance, which is really what Libra is all about. And in order for you to refine what you balance, you have to evoke that rawness. That spark comes whenever you try and create, and we're putting this in the context of creating who you are, when you're in the context to create, if you try and make it sound a certain way, you're just going to block yourself. If you're trying to write to the crowd, if you're trying to write certain things, or create in the sense where, what will this person think, what will these person think, it's going to block you. As opposed to, if you just get in the moment, you don't even care what you're saying, you're probably just saying gibberish, and it's just like you're vibing. When you vibe like a child vibes, that's not childish, but childlike, and you're evoking all that energy, I don't really think it ever makes sense. But this is when you get authentic in your energy. And then when you sustain that state, now you can start to polish it. But that takes time. You can start to polish it. Some people are quick at doing it. You can start to now ground that vibe, right, into a way that realistically makes sense. So this is what's happening to every one of you. And now that Mars is in Libra, you have a decision where you have to take actions based off of you trying to appeal to what you think you should look like, or you do. Because look, some of you are going to have to do things that, I'm not going to lie, are a little weird. But this is how you really access your power. And because you have not fully developed your power yet, it's not finished. So you're still learning how to, I don't even want to say normalize it, but work the kinks out. So it's at a much better state of, like, grounding. And I'm saying this because whereas some of you are able to embrace this and not give it. See, there's some people who are opposite now. There's some people who don't give a damn how they look, and they're not grounding themselves. So they don't, their problem is they don't care about other people and how their actions are affecting other people, and they're getting lost in delusions. Yeah, some of their psychic insights might be real, but they're not grounding themselves, and they're kind of getting in their own ways. But you have this fantastic opportunity during this new cycle to finally make realistic sense of everything as we step into Sagittarius season, which has a 10th house of Virgo, which literally shows you what's real. In order for you want to try and balance this, like, and it's not you really being weird. That's the lesson here, by the way. It's not you being weird. It's you being different, and it's you being you, which is always going to seem weird to people who are used to things being done a certain way. You can gain the most success and victory if you truly stand up for yourself. And as long as you're honest with Saturn, when Saturn says, hey, I don't really care what you believe, like, this is, you're stepping out of integrity here. As long as you can call yourself out on that, that's why Saturn co-rules Aquarius too, where it's okay to be weird as long as you have integrity and you're not lying to yourself, because you're not really weird. You're being you and authentic. And as we step, more into this higher zodiac sign energy, you really have the ability to create a higher sense of yourself. But I just want to reiterate, whatever secrets were revealed, you were revealed secrets last night. I know I did. You were revealed secrets last night. This new moon revealed a really deep understanding about stuff you've been telling yourself since 2014. And this just kind of established that. And this is going to be the week where you ascend into the higher meaning and knowledge of this. You're going to see stuff that not only confirm this, the synchronicities and the energy that you feel are not going anywhere. They're about to get stronger. Neptune's only going to go higher into the degrees. And once again now, because Mars is squaring Pluto, all right, the sun going 26, 27, 28, 29. Today, you're making that decision to believe in your super psychic self, the part of you that no one else may know. And tomorrow, you're taking an action based off of that, where 28 degrees of this transit 2 days from now, it's manifesting. And then you transition into Sagittarius 29 and 0 degrees. So definitely going to be very, very, very profound with the square that the moon in Sagittarius is making noun to Neptune and Pisces, your perception about everything is subtly changing. And I have to say mysterious, because you're going to be seeing things happen in a way you've never seen them before. While it will make so much sense on the inside, your mind's going to be like, what? But it's going to be confusing because you don't feel, it's going to feel like it makes the most sense in the world, but your mind is not going to, some of your minds will not really get it. The more you feel this, the better. You want to embrace that weird feeling. Don't try and figure things out until the end of the week, when the moon is in Aquarius on the south node, and new karma, or karma in general, is established for the next 2 weeks. All right. With Mars in the 12th house of this Scorpio transit, there are hidden actions being taken in relationships. A great analogy of this energy is somebody who is with somebody, but then they secretly connect with someone else, and they wait until they connect with that person to decide, okay, I'm going to end my partnership with with the other person and get with this new person. Or it could really just be speaking of there's going to be a whole lot over the next 3 days, secret actions being taken where you and a partner are just kind of operating in secret. Or you're making decisions to end a partnership, or you're making decisions to really transform a partnership. All right. This can happen in any context, but the theme here is there is a major transition, transformation, and explosion of partnerships that's going to occur. Because especially in the case of soulmates, some of you might have connected with a soulmate, right? And you're just finishing karma with the soulmate, and then you meet like your true love or something. And it's like, oh, you're in a sticky situation now, and you're not sure whether you should follow your heart or you should stay with someone because you feel like you'd be hurting them, when you have no idea they may be mirroring the same thing you're going through too. So really take the time this week to let go of stuff you're ready to let go. I'm talking about stuff that you in your heart want to finish, but you for some reason feel trapped in. If you feel trapped in something, trust me, like some of you are wise. You're like, you don't want to end what you have and then risk everything for this new person. So trust me when I say, it might not even be a new person, but trust me when I say, like, you can see this person in secret. It's not out of integrity, because the connection that you have with this true love is true. All right. A lot of you are finishing karma with certain people that you had to be with, and you're literally finishing the relationship. Like, it may even be in the illusion that you're trying to continue it, but you both know it's over. That's because you're both supposed to get with the next people. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Some of you are going to have private connections. In fact, some of you are going to have private connections that stay private for a while until the air blows over, and then it comes to light. So you no matter what you do, and this doesn't, and please don't just equate this romantically, because for a majority of you, this is going to happen more in the context of friendships and people you work with, but it's also going to apply romantically too. And see, there's so many people I'm talking to. So for some of you, you may not feel that any karma's done. I see the people in the live chat. I'm talking about the people of you who this is exact spot on in your situation, because this is a major theme for certain people. Trust me when I say your relationships are shifting. And that transition from the old karma to this new karma in the form of a new job, a new person, Sagittarius season is going to shift to where over a month, You get to know this person, like 2 years worth of knowing someone, you get to know them in like in a month. And then January comes and that new relationship is set up, or that new job is set up, and then bam, you move forward with it. So you have to really be on top of everything. And if you're not necessarily trusting, look, the thing about Scorpio that is all about trust, you have developed a connection, all right, with somebody. You've developed a connection with certain people where it's like you and that person are the only ones who know about what you know. That was the whole deal about Scorpio. It's next to Libra, so it's like shared secrets. Okay. Thank you, Wigstar. It's just like shared secrets. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this is, and listen, a lot of this is with psychic connection. Some of you are really afraid to embrace Neptune and Pisces and these psychic connections, because it's like you feel crazy. It's like, damn, I can really feel that I'm connecting with certain people. And it's not just one person, by the way. It's not just one person. A lot of you are having telepathic conversations with a lot of people, but then you're like, holy shit, I'm schizophrenic. Like I'm really having thoughts and feelings about stuff. You're not crazy. Okay, your emotions are literally attuning extra dimensionally to other people and things you have connections with. And your mind is going crazy because your rational mind is not designed to think illogically like that. So if you think you're crazy, it's actually very normal. This is why craziness is ruled by Uranus, to where you ascend so high, and Pisces dissolves your feelings, where you lose touch with reality. There has been a horrible, people don't want to embrace this. So a lot of you shut it down because you feel like you're crazy. You have a decision to make, and it's not going to be really easy at all. If you want this amazing ascension activation, you have to make decisions based off of this part that other people may think is crazy, to the point where it's like, if you tell people, because some of you, listen, some of you, most of you watching, you're very psychic. Like, you cannot fool me. I read so many charts every day. A lot of you, almost everyone of you watching here are psychic to the point where you can feel vibrations around you. You can literally hear voices come into your mind. You can, some of you, your souls be telepathically talking to other people's souls, and you're either aware of it or not. So it's not that you can't access these skills. A lot of people are like, how do I access or awaken these skills? You have them. You have to embrace it. You have to make the decision to stop lying to yourself and saying that something's wrong with you for evolving your conscious awareness, especially if you have a Pisces moon or a Pisces sun or a Pisces rising. You're literally not allowed to doubt your potential, because it is, your intuition is as you're experiencing. And that's why it's so scary to be a Pisces, because Pisces could read minds for real. Pisces can really read minds, and like they wish they couldn't, because they could really read minds. So they have to literally go through life acting like they didn't hear what you said. All right. My dark twin be trolling Pisces because it knows it can read this, so it'll just be saying some messed up stuff and they can hear it. And then I'll just be like, oh crap, what the hell? What the hell? But it is what it is. Like, the decisions you're going to make, don't think this is, see, once again, don't think this is going to be easy though. Because a lot of this, like I said, is going to come out to light. And you're going to have to make decisions based on intuitions or feelings that you may not necessarily know how to explain in a moment. Not everyone has a Libra, Aquarius, or third house Pisces energy. You know what I'm saying? Some people can channel your higher selves or your mind. I have some people who tune in to my mind and can hear my thoughts. It's a little bit creepy, but I'm just waiting until I can make better shields, because I'm a very private individual. But these are parapsychology is Pisces. All right. These are parapsychological themes that we're going to start to have to embrace. Or you can join people who feel like you're weird and who feel like there's something wrong with you. This is an attack on your character. and I'm saying an extreme case. It doesn't even have to come to the point of psychic phenomena. It could be something as normal as believing in your own right to education, but people don't feel like you're worth investing in to go to school or to invest in yourself. So really keep this in mind. Like, you're going to have to decide on yourself and take action in this next wave. Because let me tell you, my friends, these synchronicities are going to, some of you are so psychic and it scares you because you pick up on things that are going to happen before they've happened. And it doesn't mix up with your real life yet. Well, welcome to the Sagittarius energy. The reason why you had to wait for the Sagittarius energy and Jupiter in Sag is Sagittarius is the gateway that flips what you build up and now makes this real into Pisces, which now establishes a new cycle. Now, at the same time, this is squaring Pisces. So you have to really embrace, the fact that most of you are having the right intuitions, but the way you think it's going to happen in any context is not necessarily how it's really occurring. And this might be throwing you off. And you really just want to embrace that the whole notion of letting things come to you is to just feel that feeling. Because when you feel it, you're now creating a vortex to where this energy can come. And really let yourself see how you get in your own way and transcend this. Once again, Mars square Pluto in Capricorn, while Venus, for those of you who have Pluto in Scorpio, Venus going over your Pluto with Jupiter on it is completely evolving the psychic romantic connections that you have as well. So, there's a lot of people who relationship orientation doesn't even matter whether you're single or you're in a relationship. This is just going to attune the way your heart connects, all right, to people in general. So with Mars square Pluto in Capricorn, there is a profound and powerful element of completely taking actions that transform the nature of relationships you are in forever. And because, you know what I'm saying, Mars is also opposite Uranus. Mars opposite Uranus is literally like partnerships just getting established, like, but the square to Pluto, right? So Mars and Uranus are certain partnerships that have probably been in the works or just completely new getting together, all right? But the square to Pluto in Capricorn means that in order for this partnership to get together, another partnership has to die. There's a sacrifice here. There's going to be that encounter this week where it's not necessarily where for some of you this is new. Some of you this has been happening for over 3 weeks to 3 months, and you're really going to be in a position where the actions you take trigger the complete end of a relationship in order to start something new. And now this could also multidimensionally work. It's very much like Full Metal Alchemist. This could also work in the sense where, don't think that some of you are going to break up. This works in so many different contexts to where a certain facet of your relationship dies, all right, to get to a new facet. For example, you might have been dating someone and this is a week where you propose to them, right? So both of you are now no longer single. You have to sacrifice that in order to now be to be together. Or it could be in a sense where it's like you and a certain friend decide to actually start a project together. And now the facet of your relationship where you were just friends is dead. And now you have a working relationship. This could literally work in so many contexts. And moving forward, when I say soulmate, all right, and when I say life partner, I do not mean so in the context of a romantic relationship. I mean so in the context of a divine partnership where you and someone who you've known for multiple incarnations get together to fulfill a specific mission. That is a soulmate. That is a divine partner. Some of you, most of you, you know what I'm saying? A spiritual mate. So when I say this, please don't think I'm talking about, there's a divine partner and then there's your true love. When I say true lover, then we're talking about romance. For a few of you or some of you, your soulmate or divine partner is your true love. This is not the case for everybody. And it doesn't have to be. It is very, very possible to be working with a soulmate while you're married to your true love. Happens all the time. It happens more, it happens more times than not. So that's why we have to slowly kind of like remove our outdated perceptions of this, to where just because you have a strong soul connection with someone, it means that you have to fall in love with them and be with them. It's always about finding out the karma that you both share, where the attraction is really just to make sure you both fulfill that. Okay, so keep that in mind as such themes really come to light. And now the Sagittarius energy is going to bring with this fire a lot of chaos. And promise me here, all right, this is the first week that's going to bring in the first phase of this. The next week is when the climax will occur and reach its the conflict will occur and reach its climax. But this is where, I'm not going to lie, guys, this week you're going to be filled with so much excitement and wonder. Every single day this week, we're going to have intense moon transits that are going to be really hard to deal with, but it's going to fill you with so much hope, because even though there's going to be so much chaos, trust me when I say this, for the next 2 weeks, it could literally seem like something you've been hoping for is going to completely fail, and you completely failed and it was all for nothing. All right. And trust me when I say that's an indicator that you're literally there. This Sagittarius energy is going to move so fast, so it can make certain things trip on itself. But this is just for the purpose of accelerating the energy. For others of you, it could also indicate, you know what I mean, the opposite, where things really just rapidly go into success. But it doesn't matter how things seem. And the reason why I'm saying don't be so attached to how things seem, you could literally have someone during Sagittarius season threaten to kill you, because it's literally like they've misunderstood your intentions so bad. And it's like, wow, like this is such a chaotic season, but things are coming to the light. And then Sagittarius season ends and we step into Capricorn season. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I threatened to kill you. You're actually my new best friend now. So this is why I'm saying, no matter what you see, Neptune and Pisces wants you to trust your feelings. One more time. No matter what you see, trust your intuition. Some of you will seeing this chaos. You'll be seeing people who are cursing you in the face and saying, I hate you, I hate you. But you literally feel in their heart that they love you. And it's making you go crazy, because it's like, are you psychotic or am I just really that empathic? And you can tell there's certain things that are being hidden. This is what's going to come to light. And this is why I'm saying, instead of trying to force, the chaos is going to come if you try and force things, if you try and make things happen instead of just letting things happen. Sagittarius and mutable signs is all about being. If you just let things happen, then this is what's going to make this week and season so amazing. But if you're trying to force things to happen, it could really, it won't delay anything, but it could really just like, get touchy. All right. So trust me when I say the magic of Sagittarius is going to be so amazing, especially with Saturn there and Mercury that's going to retrograde soon, to where it's like things that have literally been opposite could really flip All right. That's the whole Wheel of Fortune energy. You're going to see certain things just completely flip right into your favor. And the reason why I'm saying to not be surprised, trust me, some of you it's just gonna feel like, what? But I'm trying to say it's a serious prelude to 2018. I'm trying to say don't be surprised, because even though it seems, and to others it'll seem like, wow, you got so lucky, or wow, how did you make this happen? Trust me when I say you've worked for this for 6 years. You've literally worked for this for like a while. This is this what seeming, you know how they say like an overnight success takes 10 years? This is the energy that's going to shift what you've been working for in Saturn and Sag so that you can achieve greatness with it in Capricorn. So I'm just trying to let you know this is the real deal here. This is where miraculous change will happen. But Neptune is going to be squaring this Sagittarius energy, and it will be clouding your vision a bit. So don't believe only half of what you see and none of what you hear. Believe only half of what you see and none of what you hear, and trust 100% your heart and your intuition. It's not going to be that the easiest. For some of you, it will be, but you do that and you will come out on top of that mountain. All right. So that being said, let me go to the Pisa Mobile right now and in the Peace Mobile. Oh, before I go to the Peace Mobile, I almost forgot. I do want to make sure you guys know I am now offering a Saturn webinar. This is part one of the 2-series Saturn webinar that I'm doing. The second part will be a Saturn and Capricorn webinar, but we are going to conduct on the 24th of November a Saturn webinar where I talk about what Saturn really is, how its influence in your chart could really, guide you the right way, and what it means in your house and sign, what it means in transits, and of course, very important to know, Saturn synastry. A lot of people look for Jupiter, Venus when they want to fall in love, or Venus in the seventh. If you actually want a fruitful relationship that's going to last, you want to look at someone who has like Venus, Saturn, or Saturn moon. If you have Saturn placements, that's what binds relationships together. Saturn is easily one of the most important planets in astrology, and this is the Lord of karma. Saturn in your life is what you have to work through, and your personal sense of work ethic. It's definitely in the tarot, the world. So the full manifestation of what you want to achieve is Saturn. And in this webinar, we're going to do an initiation to where you commit to Saturn. This initiation, we're going to literally write a contract. So if you get this Saturn, when you get the Saturn webinar, bring a piece of paper with you, because we're going to write a contract that you're going to sign and commit to with Saturn, of what you're going to do over the Saturn and Capricorn transit. So this is going to be a very important webinar. It's going to be very awesome. And we have Q&A at the end. I still have 50% off all my readings if you use the code WISDOM, case sensitive, capital W, rest lowercase. The 3 to 12 monthly astrology horoscopes and the love readings are still available. Once again, with the love readings, which are also half off, when you order, I have additional notes. So if there's anybody in your life who you feel is your soulmate or your true love, you can ask me, is this person my true love? And I'll let you know yes or no. All right. So far, the ones that I've been doing, you'd be surprised. There's been a majority of them that I've said, yes, they actually are. And the huge theme of a lot of these readings are to believe in yourself, that these feelings you're feeling are weird as hell, but they're oddly real. And not only are they oddly real, there's a mutual attraction. And not only is there a mutual attraction, you and this individual are different. So you might be expecting this person to react in a certain way, but because they're not reacting in a certain way, you think that the feelings aren't mutual when their love is they have a different love language than you. So there's still mutual feelings of like dislike too, but you might think that the feelings, the true psychic feelings you feel, aren't mutual when there's different varying levels of it. So, for some of you, I might read that no, this person isn't it yet, but here's the real person, and I'll let you know what. I'll pull another card to let you know what the status of the relationship is and where it's going. So for those of you who are single in a relationship, definitely come through. I will also interpret your chart. Definitely worth it. Let's go into the Peace Mobile, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, as you can see, the moon is in Sagittarius. And this is going to kick off a very profound and amazing cycle of how well you can imagineer your reality. I want you to take note of Mercury that's in Sagittarius, which is allowing you to come into the meaning and light of your experiences, but also right now, since it's trining the North Node in Leo, the way you feel in your heart is actually mapping and bending reality to match. Wait, of course, until this energy goes into Capricorn for it to actually materialize. But definitely look forward to and be excited about that. Once again, in the tarot, Mercury in Sagittarius is literally the card of the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all about swift flow of movement and fast activity. And the reason why this is very important is because the moon here now, making you receptive to this flow, adds to the very magical realization to where we kick off this ascension now. Like it's barely 3 degrees, and tomorrow, as it will conjunct Mercury and then Saturn, right? While this moves 2 degrees, two things happen here. You really want to embrace your perception of what occurs, but we don't have Virgo and we don't have Gemini. So don't run to any conclusions. Just take in the energy and just see. While the moon goes into Capricorn and Aquarius, you will gain relevant contextual information, but enjoy what you see over the next couple of days. This is going to bring in the first wave of change that you will be aware of when the sun now starts to transit here. There's going to be an important decision made here too, as you're going to be really feeling serious about this adventure you want to embark on. And whereas we usually wait until the first quarter square to fully activate, you're going to be activating now. This is where you start to see a lot of this subtle energy and magic power. All right. And you really come into great communication. A lot of communication blockages will be broken on this few short days where you really establish important words exchanged with the important people. And now that the Mars is making it its exact square to Pluto, this is where you'll start to now, while it's sextiling the North Node, over the next 2 days, experience this change. So the moon Pluto is going to be super, super intense. I remember when it was Libra season, I believe, and there was a Moon and Pluto transit, I literally witnessed two people fight and break up. And this is that kind of energy. Be careful about BS ultimatums that get flung your way. Certain people will literally make you believe that you have to do this or something else, or something bad's going to happen to you, and you don't even have to address or acknowledge that it even exists. Anything that does not come straight to your front doorstep or to your face does not have to be addressed, and you don't have to let anyone talk to you like that. But yeah, very, very important transformations and changes. All right, so we're coming out a new moon. We're going to hit the very serious Saturn, while Mercury is literally bringing us into new meaning, all right, that will later be reevaluated. Then Pluto's just going to blast open a deeper level of feeling with the sextile Venus is making to Pluto. And this sextile opens the doorway to greater exploration and meaning in relationships, further intensifying the psychic romantic connections you feel and just the heart connections that you have being evolved by Jupiter. And then adding this super magical, supernatural, mystical experience to what you're feeling that's also intensified. How does that make any sense? What is the truth of this all? Worry not. As we close the week out with the moon in Aquarius, we come into whatever has been activated here, you'll come into great knowledge of that will establish it as we finally really step into Sagittarius season on a 3-degree day, where you're really coming into the belief of what this transit means for you. What does this exploration and ascension mean for you? I really do mean ascension too. It's just going to be unexpected opportunities that take you fully by surprise. And look to the moon, that'll be sextiling Uranus, but also squaring Venus, to really challenge how authentically you could really be you while still having full trust in the uniqueness of who you are. Not gonna lie, my friends, this week is definitely going to reward those who are not afraid to believe. Oh, oops. Looks like this is off. If there was ever a week that you wanted to have faith, and let me not even say faith, because a lot of this is not an issue with faith. If there was ever a week where you were going to experience stranger things, this is that week. All right. This is that week where you not only experience stranger things, but also you step into supernatural. Like literally, this is the beginning of a 6-year cycle where your life becomes the mix of Stranger Things, Sense8, and Supernatural, with a dash of like Heroes and maybe Sabrina the Teenage Witch, just because. You know what I'm saying? And hey, let's just throw Avengers and the whole DCU in here too. Like this is about to be really, 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 really powerful. Now keep this in mind. A lot of programs, and the Magicians, a lot of programs like Supernatural that have had over 12 seasons and have aired, all right, for years. What this has done, it has magically ingested into the subconscious of the viewers who have been programmed by these programs. And as they carry that energy collectively in the form of movies, in the form of shows, over the years, okay, it now collectively is manifesting, because a lot of this has happened literally over 10 years. And this happens like every generation. The next phase of this is happening to where your memories about it and other people's memories about it and applications, they're going to start really coming through. So when you start to really experience, the reason why I'm saying it like that is as you're starting to experience this paranormal shift, I don't want you to feel like it's coming out of nowhere. This is literally slowly been built over time. And the reason why I'm wanting you to embrace fantasy, if you think about Pisces, it's animation, right? Leo is stage performance to me, the ability to act for real, which is why Virgo is next to it. But Aquarius is like Hollywood. It's like movies that you edit, which is why Pisces could be animated or more dreamy. Okay. So I'm wanting you to embrace these more fantasies and maybe even myths, imagination. You don't have to spend your whole day in imagination, but flex this muscle, right? Your subconsciouses and your souls have privately, especially if you have like earth or water moons, shout out to the Doctor Strangers, have privately, you know what I'm saying, been working on certain spells or techniques that it's ready to reveal you. And now, here's the key to this ascension. This is what's going to happen, especially if you're a yin yang master or apprentice. Your soul is going to awaken itself to you. Some of you literally have, a lot of people don't embrace that Gemini is actually like two people or more than two. So much so that like when I eat now, I'm awakening so much to my other side. Like when I eat, I literally order for two. I didn't realize that I've done this too, which is kind of scary. But like when I eat, I not only literally order for two, but like I will finish one meal and then later, like right after I finish the meal, I literally eat the next meal that I have, and it's like I'm eating for two. But of course I get that because every Gemini gets that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people look at that, and it's not only until you're with one, people will be so quick to say that it's a personality disorder, or you just have multiple beings in your personality, which you can look at in the chart. If you see like a stellium in your first house, especially if it's like Uranus, this will talk about the ability to like have multiple personalities. But a lot of you are having to embrace that some of you are walk-ins. Some of you literally came into this world with different beings in your soul. And for the few of you who do, or some of you who are awakening to this cycle, because not everyone awakens in the same cycle, you're going to really more realistically to where it was just a subtle voice that you've been seeing signs like, I really exist, mofo. You're going to really start to realistically hear and see more. All right. This is the difference between you realizing you have like Queen Elizabeth, the reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth in your soul. And like you now start to really hear her voice. Like she starts to really come out. And now the Sagittarius Mercury is squaring Neptune and Pisces. And it's like, whoa, do I have like schizophrenia? All right. Do I have like mental issues? You don't have mental issues. Your mind is literally expanding. And this is literally that kind of transit where you can hop on Noah's boat. People thought Noah was freaking crazy. People really, and I say this as a story, regardless of whether Noah truly existed or not. Let's just listen to this as a story. Like people thought Noah was crazy when he built a boat and he was like, guys, God told me that y'all sinners is crazy and he gonna flood y'all. So come join this boat with me. And they're like, you're schizophrenic. You're schizophrenic. You're stupid. You talk to some imaginary dude. You're building a moat. You're building a boat. How dumb are you? You're getting all these animals. Yo, someone take Noah to a clinic. Someone take Noah to a freaking like mental hospital. What's wrong with this dude? He really thinks that rain is gonna come and flood everything. That's not even possible. Are you stupid? Like what's and everyone like people read the Bible and they feel like a story like that had to have really happened in real life to like have legitimacy. That's an analogy. That whole story is an analogy for when you believe in something that's true and everybody doesn't believe in you. Literally, only Noah's family. Like it was a lot of people. Go watch Noah Almighty. I think they made a reboot to Bruce Almighty. Like, this is that kind of week where you've been Noah for the past 6 years. And now, as we come out of this Scorpio new moon, that rain is going to flood and you're going to sail away because you've built your own aura. You've built your own auric field that is the combination of your attitude, your behavior, your feelings, your being, that will help you sail through this Neptune stream of consciousness. So that when people are using their psychic powers to deceive people like they've been doing through the ages, you're going to actually see through it with your third eye. All right. Once again, I just kind of want to reiterate like how out there my language is. I could very well be talking about how this Sagittarius season is going to open people's eyes to social relations, and the political stage of events is about to get more dramatic than you've ever seen, with impeachment papers being brought in, government officials being exposed more for previous sexual allegations. There's a whole lot of important energy that's going to go into you gaining greater understanding about where you're going to take your career. There's a very realistic sense of this horoscope that I can take this to where I could be talking about, real life stuff. Where are you going to take your legacy? What are the routine decisions that you're making? But I'm not going to waste your time talking to you about that. I'm going to talk to you about superpowers and magic ability. This is the astrology right now. I mean, I don't have Virgo on my chart, so it's not like I can't either. But this is the astrology right now. And this is what's really hard to speak to people, because when you just kind of outright say stuff this glibly, it could kind of just seem like, oh my gosh, this dude's head is out there. And like, no, this is a generational shift. It's a new wave of conscious thought that is ready to take over the whole world, that is finally over the process of a couple decades. We are in the most amazing generation that's going to experience this, where a lot more people awaken to telekinetic ability. So once again, I would just focus on this week and how well you can be aware of your perception and what you're ready to do with what awakens and activates with you. Some of you, it'll be your heart. Some of you will be your soul. There's a very deep part inside of you, which represents Scorpio, that's going to reveal itself to you in either corporeal form or real life. And you're going to make a decision to accept it or to either fight for your life for it. But it's really just it's not about fighting. It's going to be to accept it. It's going to really be everyone. And the reason why I know this is happening is this is something that's happening to everybody. It's a generational shift that's occurring to everyone. Pluto Libra actually the Pluto Libra generation experienced this 2016, all right, 71 to 84. And the Pluto Virgo generation, 52 to 71, experienced this 2015. So now it's 82, if anything, to 95. And I'm really calling this, once again, amazing ascension activation, because you're going to feel that Kundalini raise this week. Some of you, your Kundalinis are already risen. Some of you, you have been, amazing ascension activation in its most realistic sense is someone who has spent a long time working out to lose weight. And now this is the week they start to see, wow, I've lost 100 pounds. I feel better than I've ever felt in my whole life. I still have a lot to go, and maybe the self-esteem I have, but I look and I feel better than ever. And that's the most realistic form of this ascension. Okay, where the extreme example is, holy shit, I'm astral projecting for the first time. I'm actually having a very powerful telepathic communication, and wow, I just moved the slider here with my mind. Like, profound shifts. And when you feel these profound shifts, just remember, you worked for this. We worked for this as a collective, and welcome to your new future life, or welcome to your future life. So regardless, I'm going to pull cards now for the 12 signs for what this week will be like for you before I do the super chat. And Aries rising, Aries moon, the card that I have for you is the King of Wands. The King of Wands, which is actually saying that there is a fierce and courageous level of passion that you're going to instill as you feel yourself taking command and control of your life. So really do what you can to put your heart into everything you do. And Aries, this could be a creative partner, a friend that pushes you to really stay lit with passion. Taurus moon, Taurus rising. We have the Lovers card. The Lovers card is talking about establishing very spicy and fun levels of love with an existing partner, or for some of you, with someone new. This is going to be a true love connection that you tap into, Taurus. So if in your heart someone came up that you feel it is with that person. And no matter how this manifests, you really will be experiencing a greater victory and connection with this individual. Gemini, Gemini moon, Gemini rising. We have the Four of Pentacles. This is talking about a great manifestation and assured material gain. Okay. This could also be, this is the Sun in Capricorn card. So this could be important connection with the Cap. But not going to lie, Gemini, this is talking about cha-ching. And you're going to be receiving over this week a greater sense of stability. But the key here is to save what you get. Make sure you save what it is you get. Cancer, Cancer moon, Cancer rising. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And because this is going to be occurring in your 6th house, you're going to see your whole life change. And everything's just going to fall into place for you, Cancer. Things that you've definitely been, intuiting and sensing for a very, very, very long time. All right. Leo moon. That Jupiter card, Cancer, is going to be really awesome. Great fortune coming your way. Leo moon, Leo rising. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, you and Cancer are going to experience great shifts of conscious energy to where things don't only start working your way, but like you literally shift and evolve into the next level of abundance. This is going to be huge for both of you. See, I already told you this week's going to be amazing. Virgo moon, Virgo rising. We have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is talking about really exciting news that you make for yourself. The page is always a message. So you're going to, of course, with this fire energy, you're going to receive some private news that will really kind of like inspire you again to get that motivation. And you might be feeling a little sexy too. So definitely, have fun with this energy. Libra, Libra moon, Libra rising. David, I love that too. It's amazing. We did not get crappy cards for Libra. This really is about to be a good week. We have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is talking about you working on a project. Okay, you're going to be able, the beginning stages of what you want to manifest are going to be put into motion. It could also be talking about involvement with a secret society organization, but it's definitely talking about some kind of apprenticeship or work that you are putting time and wisdom into, and it's all coming together. Know this week, teamwork will make the dream work, and really value the skills that are being learned. Very awesome. Scorpio, Scorpio moon, Scorpio rising. We have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is talking about, I think you're spying on someone, Scorpio. I think you might be not lurking, but I think you might be checking someone out. But just like Virgo got a message of excitement, Scorpio, you're going to be alerted to the truth of something that you may not have been aware of before, that you'll definitely be aware of this week. And just definitely come into a more intellectual view. But really, Scorpio, who are you spying on? Who are you spying on, Scorpio? Because you clearly looking all up and down with someone. Maybe you should go talk to that person instead of just spying. But good luck, yo. Sagittarius, Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. The card that we have for you is the Strength card. The Strength card is talking about great power and joy and fun being had, especially sexually. I know you Sages love to get it in. My chicken wow wow. So you definitely will. But the Strength card is really speaking of activating a greater level of inner strength within you that will just, you'll feel it deep in your chest and solar plexus, the fire burning. It's a really great card. So enjoy what comes as a result and take that with you moving forward. Capricorn, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising card that I have for you is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is talking about this week you're going to really gain high quality advice from this king, perhaps. I have the sense that it could be someone you bounce ideas with who really confirms a lot of how you are thinking. But it's also talking about you being pretty objective with the way you carry out what it is you decide to do while not taking any sides. It's actually really cool because you're going to come into the highest quality of truth and information this week that will really ascend your knowledge of things. Okay. Aquarius, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. We have the Devil card. The Devil card, if anything for you, Aquarius, is just talking about hot, scintillating, pleasurable sex that you might have to not hold yourself back from having because you feel guilty or because you feel is not right. The opportunity is going to come. Do it. Have fun. But for some of you, this is saying be mindful of how, temptation and shadow issues that you obsess yourself over control you. This is a great opportunity to release those bonds. But let's just keep it real, Aquarius. You gonna have some dark and dirty sex this week, or have the opportunity to. The decision is yours. Pisces, Pisces moon, Pisces rising. We have the Queen of Cups. Oh, Pisces, are you in love? Are you deeply in love? When are you not deeply in love, Pisces? If anything, this Queen of Cups is talking about, you know, oh, okay, I get different interpretations here. For some of you, this is actually somebody, okay? This is actually um somebody who's going to really empathize with you, maybe a Cancer girlfriend who really wants to help you feel good about how you feel. But Pisces, I get the sense this is you just falling in love this week, falling deeply in love. And I mean, knowing you, Pisces, you're probably just going to fall deeply in love with an imaginary boyfriend or girlfriend. So if that's really your thing, go ahead. I got Venus in the 12th too. I'm down with that. I know what it is. So, I just split the deck in half and look what it came out to. You're gonna fall in love this week. I think someone's gonna romance you. This is your imaginary boyfriend that you're just thinking about as you imagine is just kissing you, and then you fall in love, and then you don't even care this mofo isn't even real because your imagination game is so on point. It's like you stimulating the same real feelings. And yeah, but should this person actually be real and not a figment of your imagination? This is gonna be really dope. Someone like pulls the hot stuff on you, and this is definitely the queen always falls for the prince. They had deep connection with the king, but always falls for the prince. But let's just be real, Pisces. We know this is gonna be some celebrity that you're imagining you're with because you swear you have a connection with them, or or some imaginary partner. It's all good, Pisces. It's less about whether it's real. It's more about feeling that love. So I'm gonna pull a card for everybody right now. And the card that I have for everyone for this week. This is what I wanted to say in the beginning, but I forgot. The star, my friends. If you've lost your hope or your faith in the universe, the star, you're going to see the most profound sign. Some of you, your synchronicities have been like intensifying. This is going to be the sign of all signs that really makes real a lot of the supernatural phenomena. Okay, the star card is saying this is a week where your deepest dreams are going to come true, and it's going to begin that new phase of happiness. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, finally it's happening. That's the feel that I get. And not only that, all right, so you could totally focus on what you want to receive, but this is talking about you also, all right, experiencing your supernatural self. Eddie Dude is 100% trust in the synchronicities more, because the sign that you're about to see to give you hope is going to take into account all the synchronicities you've seen until just now. So, yes, that person who you feel deep down in your heart who is that one for you. The star card is an anime. That's amazing. And that life that you have been dreaming of living, this is you stepping into that this week. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm now going to pull for the super chat. And the major theme about this week is recognition. You're going to have strong recognition where you look someone in the eyes that you may have just met for the first time, and you deeply recognize who that person is. And not only is it recognition, it's also speaking of certain people who you've been in any type of relationship with for a while. You recognize each other on a deeper level because you've now recognized yourself at a much deeper level as well. So let's get to the super chat. The chick P83. Will I make any progress towards any of my long-term goals, wishes, dreams this week? Well, we did pull the star card, so yes. But personally for you, we have the judgment. So this is going to be the week where you awaken at such a deep level that you get fully aligned and directed to what your true purpose is. So congratulations. I'm telling you guys, this week is going to be a game changer for real. Emily Long. We have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is talking about you understanding at a different level how wealthy you're about to be. Really, the Nine of Pentacles is just talking about you getting ready to make even more money than you do. The work that you've done is going to make you financially independent. Although I feel like you already are. This is going to be a great week where you celebrate it. Scorpio Queen, what should I expect for this new moon cycle? You should expect a grand shift. There's going to be an unexpected opportunity or luck that really helps to evolve everything in a positive way that makes you even more happy. Think very amazing things and good news. So expect the unexpected. Moon Bay. The card I have for you is also the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying you can expect a profound shift and evolution in your world to just set everything you've been wanting into place, as if all the blockages just fall right out the way. Brittany Morris, the card that I have for you, is also the Wheel of Fortune. All right, what the hell is going on here? How are we going to pull this literally like 3 times in a row? I think we pulled the Wheel of Fortune 3 times in a row, and now I'm forced to do this, even though I may not really want to. Oh, the Wheel of Fortune! Congratulations! Congratulations! Lucky! We pulled it 3 times in a row. Scorpio Queen, Moon Bay, Brittany Morris, come on down. Do you like luck? Do you like fortunate situations that shift totally in your favor? Is there someone you like that you want to take a risk on? Luck is on your side. The Wheel of Fortune is for you! Okay. Enough of that. Mamacita's house, the card that we have for you is the Chariot. The Chariot card is talking about you moving forward into powerful victory that will inspire you forward to take the momentum you carried and fully succeed with. And I get the sense that this was a burden that you've had to carry that you're crossing through to the finish line today. So this is also always really cool. You're really going to like move into this victory yourself. Okay. So congratulations. Ein, any career news? Blessings to you too. We have the Four of Pentacles. This is talking about assured material gain in any career that you have. So congratulations. You share the blessing Geminis and Gemini risings and moons got this week. Grim Reaper. I'm so honored, Grim Reaper, that you are a fan of me. I didn't know the head chief OG of Reapers and death itself was a fan of me. I'm so honored. The card that we have for you is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is talking about receiving an important gift or any money when you need it, but it's also talking about putting into motion a lot of any projects that you've had. This is an initial financial investment that's going to really push you forward. Okay. Shamika Harris, best approach to manifest my deep desire. The Strength card is saying that you have this deep desire within you. And on top of that, you have the power you need inside. So the Strength card is saying really trust 100% in your own strength and know that your focus on this and your belief and your intuition is not only real, but it will kind of like sync you with it. Know that you've already achieved the deep desire and it's coming in because your willpower is so strong and your inner strength. So definitely very powerful. Lisa, everything I've ever wanted just comes to me in divine timing. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about you beginning a brand new seed. The card I pulled for today was the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, which is talking about maybe a new financial investment, or more precisely, I sense the next chapter of a project you may be working on. But this is going to probably be given to you, if anything. And it's going to be very helpful. It's going to come at just the right time as well. Joa, thank you for joining. We have the card of Aquarius. Since it's the King of Swords, I feel like you're going to really encounter someone you may already know or someone new who's like has the same spirit. I get the sense that they're going to mirror your intellect, and you'll really get a good chance to sharpen your mental strength and intelligence because of the conversations that you share, all right, with this individual. But it's also talking about you really sharpening your mind and being really objective and being come to for advice. KB Shang, what about my private connection? We have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is saying you need to resolve any miscommunication or mental conflict. If anything, KB, what's making this kind of confusing is the private connection you have is with someone who's had a recent misunderstanding with you or an ongoing misunderstanding with you. And it's like you feel the connection, but like they're openly hostile towards you and it's confusing you. But it's actually saying you're still, the private connection is still there. And you don't want to let that scattered mind make you doubt that connection. All right. Khalil Lewis, card for what's to come in Sag season. We have the Strength. So supernatural power is not only to come. Strength is also the card of lust in the Crowley deck. So it's saying that a lot of this power you'll evoke will be sexual power, and you being able to control that or gain strength from that is what's going to bless you. A lot of fun, though. A lot of fun and frolics this Sag season. Astro Dim 7. I'm at the exact degree of my Saturn return. How will my Saturn return end? Oh my God. I really hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we do have the Five of Cups, and this Saturn return is probably going to end with disappointment. But thankfully, it's in a sense where not everything that you did this Saturn return was disappointing. There's certain things that you can move on with, but you'll really be able to emotionally adjust. Okay. Yeah. But don't necessarily take it too bad. It's kind of one of those necessary disappointments to help you move on. Carry button. Oh, shit. Carry button. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is talking about you being in a position, it's talking about you being in a position to manifest an initial stage of your energy through any financial investments that you make, as well as important decisions that will establish the foundation of what you're ready to build. So it's going to be really cool because you're going to gain the necessary resources to put into motion the building blocks. A very great material message for you. Haitian Shelby, happy birthday to you. We have the Four of Pentacles. You're going to find that you're able to gain a greater level of stability in your life that will have you gain a lot more money in the savings account. So if you like assured material gain, you're going to like this week. Mary Shaw, the card that I have for you is the Judgment. This week, you experience a profound awakening where you're reevaluating your entire life and everything makes sense to why you are where you are at a much deeper level. All right. And it's also going to be you awakening to the next level of your magic. And probably an encounter with your most compatible soulmate. Gabriel Harris. We have the Page of Wands. You're going to very quickly gain very powerful and exciting news. I think over the course of this week, you're going to be genuinely excited where you find yourself in a place that motivates you to be more happy because of your own vigor and drive to now express yourself. Bianca Perez. We have the Four of Pentacles. So if you've been wanting more money in your life, you're going to probably get a raise. This is assured material gain. So there's going to be a lot more money circulating and coming into you that you can save. Dark Angel Cafe. We also have the Four of Pentacles. Very interesting. We're getting this a lot. This is definitely talking about extra money coming in for you so that you can save to do things with later or for a rainy day. Lilac Ocean 420. We got the Three of Pentacles 3 times in a row. This is interesting. So this is talking about, once again, assured material gain. Do you like extra money? Do you like money in your pocket or bank account? Lilac, Dark Angel, and Bianca, come on down. You're going to get more money. That was bland because it was an earth sign card, so I had to be boring. But yes, Nancy, the card that I have for you, shade thrown aside, is the Page of Swords. You're going to be revealed the truth. Not the whole truth, but you're going to be approached so that something that you didn't know, information will come up and will help you allow to make the next decision. So I get the sense it's going to be someone who heard something relevant that will connect and be the last piece of the puzzle for you. And they may not even know they're giving you that relevant information. Empress Daisy. Especially if you have someone getting information for you, they're going to give you some juicy tea, okay? Empress Daisy, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is talking about really being able to gain valuable advice from someone who's very, very good in the field they're in And the advice that you get from this person will really help you know how to think moving forward, but also confirm a lot of what you knew, but just didn't know how to make sense of. B, the card we have for you is the Nine of Pentacles. So we got the 4 and the 9. A lot of you are getting rich. A lot of you are just going to stack up a lot more dough, money. Oh, this is a financial independence and success that you'll be breaking into at a greater level. Thank you, Purple Fairy Dreaming One. Barbara Griffith. We have the Strength card. You're going to step into a very powerful sense of inner strength to where you're very comfortable being a lot more, not even just sexual, but confident. You're going to step more into your confidence and really strut your stuff very powerfully. And you're going to gain a lot of inner strength. Okay. Janige 15. Janige 15, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is saying you're sailing towards a positive future and you're going to be in a position to very profoundly and greatly acknowledge the level of power and the level of, oh, I see. The level of power and the level of mental clarity and psychological issues you distance yourself from. All right. So congratulations there. It's saying that the worst is really over. You're sailing towards a positive future. OJC Astrology. The card that we have for you is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is talking about your luck shifting very profoundly. And in your case, a wish coming true too, with this evolution of energy. Electricity. The card that I have for you is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is talking about you having to exchange some tough words with an individual. If you find yourself in a certain argument, make sure that you're standing up for your boundaries and you're not letting people just talk to you any which way, which is probably going to have them mad that you're calling them out on their BS. But no matter how hectic things get, it's all a bluff. Don't take it seriously. Like it's not as bad as people will dramatize it. Gwendolyn, I had a download last night. When is it gonna happen? I have the strength. It's now, and it's coming from within you. The strength card is talking about very special powers and literal strength that you've been building that you're going to really take with you moving forward, no matter how difficult what you're going through is. All right. Thank you, Jalen and Chrissy, for the donation. Let me see. Jalen, the card that we have for you is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is talking about assured material gain. Again, we had another Pentacle card, which is quite interesting. But yeah, Jalen, look forward to the increase in funds that you can enjoy. Chrissy, the card that I have for you, thank you for the donation. Oops. The King of Swords, Chrissy. I feel like this is going to be an intellectual match for you who really sharpens your mind because they'll be able to raise your thoughts to a higher level and really like sharpen your intelligence. It's an Aquarius card, so I get the sense it'll be another air sign. All right, mixed MIXT, thank you for the donation. We have the Two of Wands. Oh, wow. The Two of Wands is talking about you gaining a powerful sense of understanding of your place in this world and you mapping out the potential of just that. So don't limit yourself to maybe a few options because you're going to find your potential is much greater to manifest. All right. Mwaita Makamombore. The card we have for you is the Knight of Pentacles, which is talking about a stabilization of your energy, which will allow you to really make more consistent and reliable the work that's already in production. But it's also talking about a reliable friend you can count on helping you over the course of this week. It's a Virgo energy, but it's someone that you can definitely depend on. So if you need any help or ideas practically, call on this person. Margaret, met Pisces guy named Billy today, wondering. We have the Nine of Pentacles, but the Two of Cups also came out. So this is definitely talking about promising romantic potential. But interestingly enough, I guess the Nine of Pentacles for you, Margaret, is more saying that there's a greater wave of financial independence, a lot of money that you're going to really have extra to spend coming your way. Justin O'Hara, I got you. The card that I have for you, Justin, is the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups, when it comes to love, is really awesome. It's talking about having super amazing chemistry with someone you may soon meet or a friend that's already in your life. So yeah, this is going to be really fun. It's saying that you might experience this if you go out or if you get invited to go out. So great stuff. Lachia Rodriguez, the card that I have for you is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is talking about the more productive that you make yourself, the more magic will manifest in your life as a response to all this energy that is moving around. So really do take advantage of your ability to keep busy. This will really be what creates magic for you. All right. So Danielle Love, anything profound for me? We do have the Five of Cups. And what's profound is you have to emotionally adjust. I actually felt a good feeling, and I was right. This Five of Cups isn't you, Danielle. I split the deck subconsciously, and I got the sense that Danielle Love, the person who you truly love, is broken. They put on a tough front to the world, right? But what's profound is you're going to heal this person's heart. The person who you're truly meant to be with, when you meet them, they're going to be broken. Like, they put on a very tough front to the world, but they don't know that they're going to get that soothing love from your heart. And you're going to really like turn that frown into a smile. Okay. This person doesn't even believe in love, but they're just so drawn to you that they don't realize you're everything that they ever wanted. Okay. So it looks sad, but they're just really at the end of their karmic cycle, and the beginning of their new one of happiness starts with you. That's what's profound. All right. Miss Davis, the card that I have for you is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is talking about you being in a position to gain a lot of celebration and accolades for your hard work. There's victory here and there's leadership. So you're going to be very popular because of a recent project that you succeeded in, or work you've done, or art that you've done. So congrats. If you're in a competition or anything, you could come out on top, even if you want to raise, or it's not about raise. This is your own independent action. But Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Design Pro SB. Um, we have the Eight of Cups, and it's talking about you walking away on a secret adventure so that you can uncover the true power of your soul through your spirit. And should you choose to accept, this will open up quite profoundly a super great level of awareness as well as secrets that you will explore. Think of it as a spirit quest that you embark on as soon as tonight. Faye Marlin Kovler. We have the Four of Swords. So you might have been going through mental anxiety or depression, and the Four of Swords is saying it's over now. All right. You're finally in a position where you're going to gain a lot of mental clarity and peace, where you just are really relaxed. Okay. A card for a DJ workshop I'm attending tomorrow. Brown Brujita. The card we have is the High Priestess. So I think you're going to meet a very psychic individual there. And at this DJ workshop, you're going to really activate your intuition is going to be powerful. So trust the synchronicities you gain at this workshop and trust the messages that other people's vibrations channel to you. All right. So really keep that in mind. All right. This is going to be really interesting. You're going to be revealed something on a secret level. All right. IMP, what doors will open for me this week? We have the Four of Pentacles, financial doors. So they're going to be assured material gain. If you've been wanting a raise or a new job or to gain more increase in the work you do or in the returns, it's going to happen. So very powerful financial doors that will open so that you can gain more stability permanently in your life. Vicky Kirkland, the card that we have for you is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is talking about over the next couple of weeks, things moving very quickly. Like you're going to have a lot that you've been wanting to happen just fall into place, and things are going to shift very, very fast. So make sure you're available and present to deal with it all. Annie, the card that we have for you is the Hermit card. There's sacred divine wisdom that you're coming into about yourself that's going to set you apart. It's like, honestly, Annie, you're opening up and awakening to the legend that you are. And it's incorporating your own personal connection with the divine that you're going to develop this week and trust. All right. It's not even saying that you're going to be on your own. It's just talking about a very internal wisdom that you don't need any outside confirmation for. Sand 9123. We have the Queen of Cups. Someone deeply loves you, but I feel like you are the one who's going to be deeply in love this week, where you're able to share very powerful and deep emotions that will come out into the open. But it's also speaking of this queen really helping to soothe and heal any hurt emotions that you have by lending an emotional ear. Rocio Culia. We have the Page of Cups. So similar to Sand, this is more love, but in a more baby level, not baby level, but puppy love, love that is barely just beginning. So look to someone to open up about their feelings to you. This is a message of love and romance, Rocio. So if you feel inspired to share your heart, do so. You might actually get a pleasant surprise. Jay took my power back. Thank you for the reminder. You sure are welcome. And you're going to enjoy the results of taking that back for sure. We have the Nine of Cups. So satisfaction is here. It's like as soon as you took your power back, all your wishes are coming true, everything that you've been wanting to manifest. So congrats. You're stepping into a great new phase of satisfaction and enjoy it. Amy Merriweather, the card that I have for you is the Temperance card. Archangel Michael has a message, and he is going to help you put a lot of your life in order by really practicing temperance, and you can enjoy the greater level of self-control that's going to come as a result of you balancing the spiritual realm and this real world. Okay. Sasha, thank you for the donation. The card that I have for you is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is talking about you receiving very exciting news that's going to light so much passion up into your life so that you could experience once again so much profound happiness. And once again, I wanted to pull a card for everyone, and I got the same card for everyone, guys, the Star. There's going to be so much happiness that really comes into fruition as your mind is blown, and certain things that you didn't expect would happen actually happen. All right, so congratulations. Step in with a lot of hope and faith in yourself, and y'all stay blessed. Until next week, catch me again for another weekly astrology horoscope. And before I forget, let me pull a card for Crystal Locket, because I totally forgot. Crystal Locket. Oh, shit. Crystal Locket, the card that I have for you is the Devil card. The Devil card is talking about you having to deal with certain temptations that will test your integrity and character, and just make sure you really don't allow certain influences to keep you chained. This could really be your opportunity to break free from certain negative influences. Y'all stay blessed, one and all. Make sure you make the important decision to believe in yourself. Peace.